In 2024, my best friend Barney, if you're watching this, I love you. Barney brought me to Budapest, Hungary, and I was in university at the time, and I had been lost for a very long time while I was in uni, going to classes, coming out, not really learning anything. I don't even know the first place why I went to uni, but as soon as I visited Budapest, there was a spark inside of me. It was risk versus reward, right? And I'm sure everybody's gone through this, like especially when you're on vacation, you visit a new place, you go to Spain, you go to Alicante, and you're like, wow, I could move here, and this could be my life, just a vacation. But in that moment, it was something very serious for me, you know. I thought to myself, I've done it before. I've moved countries. I've adapted. I've set a new path for myself. And I've constantly upgraded who I was as a person. And in that moment, I realized that I was doing something that made everyone feel comfortable except me. And when people say be different, there's like a false version of when people say be different, there's a false version of that. And it's a costume that you put on for a different audience. When most people say be different, they mean like do new things, try out new things, put on new clothes, new style, whatever it means. But that's more or less like external differentiation for a smaller audience. If your if your difference needs to be seen, is it really yours? That's the question that comes to my mind. And no one really talks about the fact that being different means losing the answer to what do you do? What do you do? It means your parents worry, like mine did, for a very long time when I told them I am dropping out of university with no plan. Or maybe I did have a little bit of a plan, or I should say a little bit of direction. But it means your parents worry. It means there is a stretch where you have no evidence that you're right. For me personally, 6 months had gone by and I had nothing to show for myself. Not a single dollar made online. And I was working 12 hours a day inside my room, locked, in a city that I just moved to. I had no friends. I had no one to talk to. It was just me in that apartment, in that studio, sitting alone in front of my computer 12 hours a day, every single day for 6 months. Friend groups that you were once a part of, who liked the old version of you, they don't dislike you anymore, but they tend to say less. And you have no stable peer group to be validated by, to feel that the decision you made was the right decision. And that's what I mean by this is the discomfort that you go through when you want to be different. You want to do something that is exceptional. And what I realized, or what I realize now, that I'm at a position where I make multiple five figures online. And I'm grateful. I'm extremely grateful for it. And only I know the work that I put into this, the work that went behind this. Blood, sweat, and tears, as some might say. But what I realize is decisions are never wrong or right. It's what you make of them. It's what you make of that decision. And that's the realization I came to quite recently. I didn't even come to that realization when I dropped out. But at the end of the day, what I actually wanted to make this video about or focus on is start choosing your life more deliberately. Be more intentional. The thing that you're searching for is on the other side of cringe. Like for me, for example, right? Posting videos like this, I feel so much resistance. But I know that what I'm looking for or where I want to be is on the other side of this. whether it's cringe, whether it's the resistance that I face. Right now, as I'm sitting in a cafe with like 30 people around me and I'm recording this, it's on the other side. And the other side of something that only a few people have seen, or maybe no one has seen. And growing up, there was a poem that I really enjoyed revisiting from time to time. And it's called The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. And he goes on to say that he is standing in a forest that diverges into two roads. And there's one that everyone has traveled through, and then there's one that it seems like it hasn't really been worn out. Like you can't see the footsteps. Nobody's really walked that path. So he takes the one less traveled by. And he explains it's a decision that, like, he doesn't know where it's going to lead to, right? It's a decision that only a few people have taken, or no one has ever taken. And he doesn't know where it's going to lead. But sometime down the line, he's going to tell everybody that that decision is what made all the difference. So, be different. Create a newer, better version of yourself. Step into rooms that you don't know anything about. You feel like you don't deserve to be in those rooms. Be carefree. Don't fear judgment. And stop looking for approval. And guys, that is what will make all the difference. And as always, if you want to be exceptional, you have to be the exception. Deuces.